Auntie Bunton. Welcome to Divine Discussions. In today's video, we will be talking about how to grow closer to God. I just wanted to give you 3 tips and points on how to build your relationship with God and grow closer to Him. These 3 things I did, and they're all pretty similar. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people do them. But before I get into the tips, I want to talk about why have a relationship with God. And the first reason why, the first point or benefit, is that you are continuously nourished. Psalms 1 verses 1 through 3 says, "Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. That person is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers." When you have a relationship with God and you are in constant fellowship with Him, you are like a tree planted by a stream of water. So that means that tree is constantly nourished and it's constantly getting its fill that it needs. And even when it doesn't see any, I like how Jeremiah goes more into depth with it. It says how even though it doesn't have fruit at a certain time, it knows that at the right time it will have fruit. So you know, in the right season and the right appointed time, you will bear much fruit. And also your leaves don't wither. You're alive and green. You're happy. You have joy. And you're filled with the fruits of the Spirit. And that comes from having a close relationship with God and meditating on His Word day and night. The second point I wanted to bring up is you have a steady foundation. Psalm 16:8 says, "I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With Him at my right hand, I will not be shaken." When God is at your side, He's holding your hand, and as long as you keep your eyes on Jesus and you stay seated in His presence, He will always guide you where you need to be, and you don't have to worry about falling because He won't let you be shaken and He'll hold you up. And also, you are secure and you have a lot more confidence. Psalms 3 verses 1 through 6, it says, "Lord, how many are my foes? How many rise up against me? Many are saying of me, God will not deliver him. But you, Lord, are a shield around me, my glory, the one who lifts my head high. I call out to the Lord, and He answers me from His holy mountain. I lie down and sleep. I wake again because the Lord sustains me. I will not fear though tens of thousands assail me on every side." With this psalm, Psalms 3, it is when David fled from his son Absalom. And as you can see, he has many people coming after him. He has many enemies. And they're even saying that God won't deliver him. However, because David had such a strong relationship with God, and I'm also going to get into this later on in the video, but I want to talk about this Psalms here. But because David had such a close relationship with God, he was secure and confident in God's power and His love for him. So much to the point where he can lie down and sleep and know that he will wake again because it's the Lord who sustains him and it's the Lord who is his shield. So relationship with God really brings about that confidence and security even in the midst of trials. Relationship with God and experiencing Him for yourself gives you confidence in what He will do because of what He has already done. Okay, on to the 3 tips. So tip number 1 is spend intimate and intentional time with Him. Jeremiah 29:13 says, "You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart." So by intentionally making time for God and spending that intimate time with Him, because He wants relationship with us and He wants to spend intimate time with us. And when we purposefully make that time and seek Him with our whole heart, we will find Him. He won't shy His face away, and when we draw close to Him, He draws closer. And one way I did this was, I like to call them date nights, but I know if you're a guy, you probably want to call it like a guy's night in with God. I don't know what you want to call it. I call them date nights with God, and you know, treat it like it's a real guy's night in or a hangout. Treat it like it's real, because it is. You're spending time with God, your Heavenly Father. And I'm gonna share with you the process I did in my date nights. So first, I would go in with praise and worship and put on some worship music. And then I would journal and pray. I would journal about my day and talk to him about my day. And then I would pray about the study I was about to do. And after I did that, I would study my Bible, and I wouldn't just read it. I would actually study it. I would look up words. I underlined, highlighted. I wish I had done the Bible Project. It is a YouTube channel, and it explains different parts of the Bible. Sometimes it does whole books, it does whole chapters. So I highly recommend looking at Bible Project when you're doing like deep Bible studies. And after I will do my deep Bible study, I would watch a movie or do another activity, whether it be creative or something. But whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter. But really taking that time to read his word and spend that intimate time with him and build that relationship, it goes a long way, because doing that helped a lot with my relationship with God, and it makes me feel a lot more close to him. And for tip number 2, talk to him. Just whenever you're doing anything, while you're cooking, cleaning, doing dishes, it doesn't matter. Just talk to him and create a dialogue with him. I'm going to reference Psalms again. Really, Psalms is just David talking to God. He's conversing with God. He's having a conversation with God. And one thing about David is he wasn't a perfect man. He made a lot of mistakes, but he was after God's own heart, and he trusted God through his relationship with him. And so much to the point where you see David go through these highs and lows of emotions. Like, he is not, one minute he's happy, one minute he's sad, one minute he's scared, one minute he's confident and trusting God. And that's really what relationship with God is about. Like, you're comfortable being yourself in front of him. David could cry in front of him. Okay, a man, a king, crying in front of the King of Kings. And that comes from trusting him and spending time with him and creating that bond with him. And also with that, I want to say, be transparent, be yourself, don't filter yourself. David didn't filter himself at all. When you're transparent and show yourself, because God already knows who you are. He already knows what you're thinking. So you might as well just come out with it and be completely yourself and trust God with that, because he wants all of you. He doesn't want you to be some polished fake version of you. He wants you to be the you he created you to be. He already knows how you are. Of course, be respectful, but don't be afraid to be yourself. And also, when you're transparent with someone and you're yourself in front of them and you don't feel like you have to put on this face or be so perfect or polished in front of them, that makes you more comfortable with them. And it really creates a stronger bond when you're open, talking to him and creating that dialogue with him and being yourself. It makes you more comfortable in his presence outside of church and regular prayer time. It really forms that friendship. It really makes it feel like a true friendship. Not just, God isn't just someone you go to when you need to pray about something that went wrong, but you can go to him and celebrate with him when things are right, when things are normal, when nothing is going on. It's just, you have that fellowship with him. And going on to tip number 3, have quiet time. Get rid of all the noise. John 4:14, it says, "Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again, but whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up to eternal life. Get rid of all the noise, and instead of always intaking and consuming everything that the world is feeding you, like watching, nothing's wrong with watching TV or listening to music or anything like that, but sometimes you just need a break from all the noise. Like, you need to clear all that out, and you need to have some quiet time. Drink some silence and give God the chance to speak to you himself and fill you up himself, even if it's just a couple minutes in the shower. If you're one of those people who is constantly having noise around you and you just can't seem to get that quiet time, the shower is an amazing place. I know God speaks to me a lot in the shower. I don't know what it is about the shower, but I love the shower. And when I'm not listening to, because sometimes I like to listen to music in the shower, but every now and then I'll just cut off the music and I'll just shower in silence. Or even if it's in the car on the way to work, just wherever you can fit in that quiet time, fit it in. And you don't even have to meditate on his word, just having that silence, because sometimes you don't need to talk. Sometimes you just need to be quiet and let God speak to you himself. I remember I went on a fast, or I guess, I don't know if you would call it a fast. It wasn't from food, but it was, I had stopped watching TV and listening to music and stopped watching YouTube videos for like, it was supposed to be for a month, but I ended up only doing it for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. But even in that little bit amount of time, it helped so much with me growing closer to God and building that relationship with him. Because especially when you're praying and asking him about things, because when you clear out all the noise and you're just silent, you really give God the space, the room, and the time to speak to you himself and impart to you something directly from him. That is it for today's video. Before I end it, I just want to go over the tips really quick. The first tip was spend intimate and intentional time with him. So plan out a day or a part of your day where you just give it all to God and give him all your attention, and you focus on building that connection with him. Tip number 2 was talk to him. Don't feel to yourself, and do it while you're doing practical things like cooking and cleaning. Tip number 3 was have quiet time and get rid of all the noise and give God a chance to speak to you himself. Really, with these tips, it's really just about getting in his presence every day and giving him all of you when you get into his presence. It doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter when, it doesn't matter how, but just trying to build that connection with him and that friendship, because it's really a friendship, a relationship, a partnership. It's all of that, and it's intimate and it's special. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for another video. Thank you. Bye.